Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Deadfire, with me, Bring It On.
Sure.
Let's thoroughly explore Fort Deadlight, now that it should be safe to do so. We'll start with the ramparts, do the dungeons, and then head to the court.
What? That's it?
I want to be careful not to hit any of the explosive barrels, just so we don't clip any NPCs.
Yes. Yes.
One down here as well.
Yes?
For a while there, I forgot that regular barrels will drop resources.
I shall.
I did change one setting off camera. I turned off telemetry to see if that would help with the stuttering, as I saw it did help some.
Yeah.
And while not perfect, it does seem a little better than last time.
Yes.
On it.
If you insist. What now?
Captain. Boy.
Will do.
Forsaken Cat. Lude, or Luda. While Luda is following you around, you gain bonus perception, and your party is less likely to be hit by enemies. Pretty solid. Basically boils down to you being more likely to hit enemies,
Subtle indeed.
and then being less likely to hit you in return.
It is done.
Godkiller's Rum. That's a quest item. This cask of Godkiller's Rum is from Captain Audis's private stock. Brewed with molasses and horns from a death godlike, this dark rum is both potent and a rare vintage. So I wonder if there's a way to poison Benwith with that rum. You can speak to the cook in the kitchen.
Ahoy. Boy. Boy.
I've got it.
Yeah?
Yes.
Say your prayers!
Of course.
Let's go back this way. The more efficient route would be to go through the command and head down to the court, but
Yeah.
I do want to do the dungeon first, since most of that's already been explored.
Right.
Watch where you step. Now all that's damp is water. Alright, so she's still guarding. I think.
Will do.
Doesn't count as stealing. Deadlight's jail key. Several of the keys in this ring are speckled with blood. Unlocks the brig cell doors in Fort Deadlight's dungeon. The hay reeks of urine. Oh cool, even though she's still here and guarding, we are safe to explore. Yeah, still a fair bit of stuttering, but not nearly as bad as it was, it feels like.
On it.
Yeah. Ugh.
Oops.
Smart stoning.
How may I help? All right. What now?
Right on target.
What do you need?
I've got it.
Finding a lot of bombs. And gauntlets of reliability. Of reliability, 15% of misses converted to grazes with proficient weapons.
Yeah, right away.
So, I like the +3 accuracy is better because it's a guaranteed effect, where this is only a 15% chance of applying. But converting misses to grazes so you still do damage, especially for a Cypher, who needs to do damage in order to generate their focus. I think there's an argument to be made for it, but I won't be the one making it.
Don't see.
Oh? There's a walloping!
What can I do you for?
I was hoping she'd offer to join our crew since Benwith was killed. I think our current cook is specialized to be a cook, right? I say that, I mean they only had a pip in cooking. Yeah. So I would replace her regardless.
Now what have we got here? I do believe I recognize these goddamn chests.
He kneels by the chest, running his paws across it.
By Andra's salty bosom, Romaro hauled this chest from one end of the Deadfire to the other.
I'm glad I came back this way, because I was only, like, 3 steps from getting him to trigger this dialogue. Any clues in there? He flips open the lid to reveal an empty chest. Seraphin doesn't seem disappointed, however. He reaches into the chest and gropes about, before being rewarded by a clicking sound. A false bottom slides out from the chest, containing a single folded piece of parchment. Seraphin swipes it out and holds it to his nose, inhaling deeply. Ah yes, the scent of musty pirate notes.
No worse scents come out of chests like these, Captain. Trust you me.
He unfolds the letter, clears his throat, and begins to read.
Dear S. That be me. I knew you'd seek me out. Please abandon the trail here. I fashioned this predicament for my own, and I not have you lock its weight round your own ankles. If you find yourself imperiled, seek Udina at Magic Water. She can help.
As Seraphin falls silent, staring at the page for a while longer, you hear his breath catch. He looks up, his expression carefully blank. Seems like there is more in that letter.
Aye, there be a word or two more, but nothing useful to us.
He folds the letter over. Take the letter. Seraphin growls, baring his teeth and hopping deftly away from you. He shoves the letter down the front of his breeches. Yeah, it would have been a little silly if that succeeded, since Seraphin is the character in my party with sleight of hand. So it'd be odd if he helped me steal the letter from himself. Do you know who Udina is?
I don't know Udina from Warmage, but Magic Waters I know like my own fucking name. When I were a wee lad fresh on the Sorcerer, Romaro would treat me to the luminous bathhouse at Nekitaka.
He grins as he gently closes Romaro's chest, a hand lingering upon the polished wood.
Oh, the water there shimmered like dawn on the open sea, and I, full flush with the poetic creativity of youth, called it Magic Waters. I know you don't owe me the favour, Captain, but if we could find our way to that bathhouse, I'd not hold it against you. Unless, and of course, you asked.
He winks.
For now, though, we've got plunder and pillage before us, aye? Captain, if you be having a tick, Cap, I'll be thinking that, if I be dragging you into these depths, you deserve the full sounding.
This is about Romaro, I take it. I'm happy to listen.
When I were a wee swabby, fresh to the sea, it were Romaro that showed me the ropes and rigging. More than that, he, kept his weather eye open for me.
He plucks at the fur at his elbow.
The sea be a right poxy ore on occasion, and life aboard the Sorcerer, that and more. Malnash, our ship hunter, she were all, wet and bothered for doing me harm, and Romaro. He protected me. Mentored me too, learned me letters and navigation, handed down the Principe traditions. In time, we became close as kin or closer. And the Sorcerer, my family.
How did Romaro end up in trouble with the Principe?
Right, fantastic fucking question, Cap.
He scowls and plants a closed fist in an open palm.
Word out with mutiny. But I'll be putting about as much stock in that as a dockside doxy for manners. Well, no, I don't normally be singing no praises of veracity, Cap. But in the matter of Romaro, I'll be hunting the truth.
You told me a lot about the two of you, but not much about him.
Fair. He be of old Valian stock. A good man and righteous. Not honest, of course, but honourable. Were our shipboard sawbones, and more than half handy at it.
He smiles and rubs his upper right arm.
More than one swabby be on the old salt of deferral from the wheel.
Were you romantically involved?
Why, Cap? You be feeling a bit of the old envy?
He grins, bumping his eyebrows twice in quick succession.
Nay, we never shared a bunk. Not that I'd have kicked him out of a hammock, but, like I said, we be family. He never took advantage.
Well, why did this Monage want to hurt you?
Well, only knows, Cap. She treated me like my mere presence gave offence.
Was it your presence, I wonder, or an ill-timed remark about your furry blue nethers?
And here with me thinking you weren't paying my nevers no mind at all.
I promise we'll find him.
Thanks, Cap. I'll be holding you to it.
He bows.
Ahoy, Captain. What can I do you for?
Tell me about Romaro.
Aye, sure.
He nods.
When I were a wee swabby, the sea be a right poxy ore on occasion, and life aboard the Sorcerer, that and more. Malnash, our ship hunter, she were all, wet and bothered for doing me harm, and Romaro. He protected me.
Well, thank you. I'm glad he shared that.
Aye. Do right by it, and I won't be regretting it.
Tell me about yourself.
I ain't no liar, Cap. Lies be for novices. But I be possessing a mastery of the verbal arts. My tongue be the most flexible weapon in my arsenal.
He smirks. I'd like to ask you about the Principe.
Ooh, ask away, Cap.
So, I feel like we've spoken to him about all this already, but it's not grayed out. Who are the Principe exactly?
Formerly the Principe San Petrena. The princes, without,
His brow knits as he snaps.
without a home, They came from Grand Valia ages ago. Now they be the scourge of the Deadfire.
He squares his shoulders, puffing out his chest.
More than that, ain't for the likes of me to say. Ooh, ask away, Cap.
How did the Principe operate?
Raiding seafaring vessels mostly. Seizing ships' cargo. Ships themselves if they be worth anything. If there be passengers of high birth, we be taking them for ransom too. Ain't squeamish about slaying, but be avoiding it when we can. Get yourself known for killing folk. They get more likely to fight you when you come for the gold. Ooh, ask away, Cap.
You seem to enjoy being Principe.
Aye, that I do, Cap.
His scarred lip splits into a broad smile, revealing crooked teeth. If I were looking to enlist, how would I do so?
Enlist, Cap. We ain't the flog-stroking Rawatai Navy.
He chuckles, low and warm.
Twixt the seaworthy vessel and passable crew, you've managed yourself the hardest part already. Now you just need to be setting yourself to piracy, after you be talking it over with the Consuelo.
Sounds easy enough.
No, we ain't exactly a bunch known for housing hard-ons for hard rules. Ooh, ask away, Cap. Aye, that I do, Cap.
What about it?
What not? Smell of the sea, creak of the rigging, blast of the cannons, rush aboard and a right piece of prey. A mug of spiced rum in my hands and a bawdy song on my lips. A lad or lass in every port and another in my hammock.
He shrugs with a grin.
Be a pirate's life for me. Ooh, ask away, Cap.
Never mind.
Aye, aye, Cap.
Farewell. Seraphin salutes and turns away.
Sure. Yeah?
Nice, I don't remember any of that dialogue. Antonia's signet ring. Inviolate. +2 all defenses when engaged, stacks 5 times, and +2 diplomacy. Valiant diplomats often wear signet rings such as this as symbols of their office. The swift, cutthroat nature of Valiant politics requires maintaining reliable channels of communications between the government, the guilds, and powerful patrons. To this end, emissaries are considered untouchable by all parties.
Yeah?
Offerings of Skyne hang from this shrine.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if they're going to turn hostile if I lockpick this door. Not going to risk it because it is red. So I guess chests that you lockpick are also red. But it requires a second action for them to turn hostile. Or with doors, all you can do is lockpick them. I guess and then open them.
Aye. Yeah. Aha! How may I help?
Do I have anyone spec'd for diplomacy? I don't think so. What does Lone Wolf do? This may be better for Adair since I sent him into the thick of things. And I can take this. Oh, but he has all this health regeneration. Which he may not need regardless. I'll always give that to Alagina or somebody. I think she has generic rings on currently. Alright, so there's Seraphin's contact.
If you insist.
Yolan's large eyes grow larger as you approach, then narrow to a sharp edge. Her hands briefly ball into fists before finding their way to her hips. The sharp twist of her head, she flips seaweed green hair over one shoulder.
Look who finally washed back up ashore.
The edge to her words matches the sharpness of her teeth. Seraphin winces.
Ahoy there, Siri. Miss me?
Did I miss you?
She growls, a low, prolonged sound.
Like a fish misses water, you gutless bastard. For the first few weeks, anyhow. Till it turned to confusion and worry. Ye said ye'd write every night, didn't ye? Then where were the birds or the boats with your poems and pages?
You saying our pirate's a poet?
Jodi turns wide eyes to Seraphin, amusement making the corners of her mouth twitch.
Siri, sweet honey heart. I scribbled you missives day and night. Declarations of passion, sonnets in songs. Well, on account of me being at sea, I never had the opportunity to post them.
Oh, I'm certain. I'm certain I should believe every word of that blarney. About as certain as I am that you're a snake-tongued philanderer worth little more than a tug in the rug.
I plundered you up a pair of fine, very fine, snakeskin boots, with that tooling you like round the cuffs and all. But the gentleman sprung a leak, and they ended up thoroughly sodden.
She scoffs, and he looks to you with a shrug.
Tell her, Cap.
I'm sorry for keeping Seraphin at sea for so long, Siri. As captain, responsibility rests with me.
Are ye meaning to tell me that you've not dropped anchor at Fort Deadlight in the last 8 months?
Her furry brows twist as she examines you.
Well, come to have a look at you. Can't say I've ever seen you before. This your captain then now? What happened to Ferrante?
She cants her attention back to Seraphin.
Ferrante still be sailing the seas, right? Is the rain and twice as frigid. Just gave me a bit of furlough to engage myself in more personal pursuits. Such as an emerald-haired lass who ain't never once left my thoughts.
A warm smile blossoms across Siri's lips before she banishes the expression.
Now don't go thinking I've forgiven ye a lick, Seraphin. I know you didn't come here looking for me, because if you had, you'd have come with a bottling without your sodding captain.
She points a blunt finger at you.
Oh, you ain't wrong, lass. Wish it weren't true, but it is.
He sighs.
Now, why don't you be telling me what you want so I can be shot of ye for good?
Seraphin nods.
Aye, lass. The captain's got an ask or two about Deadlight, but first, I need to know. You remember Romaro? Sailed with me on a sorcerer.
Aye, I remember Romaro. You think I've gone wet in the head or something? Your words have always been as flowery for him as they were for me.
Seraphin claps once, grinning.
It weren't so long ago he shipped out, come to think on it.
Do you know where he went?
Can't rightly say. Left in a hurry, I think. Or at least he were here one day and gone the next. Not that he ever mixed much with the sods here.
Where was Romaro staying?
Hard to starboard through the back door there, then straight on to the end of the hall.
He gestures to the northern exit from the room.
Don't think nobody's claimed his quarters since. Might be worth it to you to poke around.
Give my thanks, lass. Truly. And many more besides.
He bows deeply, braided beard brushing the floor.
Oh, keep it in your pantaloons, you randy swab. You had any other questions, Captain? Happy to oblige the person hauling this blue bastard away from Fort Deadlight.
Just who is this Romaro person Seraphin's looking for? Seraphin rolls his eyes and crosses his arms.
You don't know? That's so, I'm thinking it's not my place to tell you.
I need to know that Seraphin's getting my... Sorry, what Seraphin's getting my crew into.
They both crewed the Sorcerer for a season or 6. Romaro were like a father to Serafen, or so he's told me. Taught him the mariner's trade. More than that, you'd have to ask him yourself. Were there something else you wanted?
Farewell.
Were there something else you...
Nope.
On it.
Jodi seems a right fine lass and all, but, well, she asked me to pick around in the forts. Told her I didn't see nothing. I bounced right off of her. But that were a lie.
I do remember that. What did you see?
Darkness, Cap, and little but. Then fires, make an ash of everything.
He shudders. You feel a cold wave roll off of him like being doused by a stormy swell. It washes over you, and you find yourself aboard the Defiant's main deck. Something unseen presses down upon you, and you bear the ship grown beneath you. Oh, sorry, no, here. The italicized H looked like a B. Keep watching. You're alone, save for the corpses. Seraphin, Adair, Jodi, Aloth, and so many others. Their wide unblinking eyes reflect the burning sky above, and the dark sea beneath you churns as if boiling. With a crash like thunder, the ship breaks apart, and you plunge into water that is either so cold it burns, or so hot that it freezes you solid. The vision washes past, and you find yourself looking at the blue Orlan. That was unpleasant.
I touched her mind for a second, but felt something pull me in and keep me trapped for what seemed like days. I ain't seen its like before. Sometimes old sorts get nightmares so that I can't bunk around them, but they usually ain't this flavor of apocalyptic.
If it were you, what do you want to know? Seraphin examines his boots through narrowed eyes.
Right, fair point, Cap. We all deserve a fighting chance against our demons, and mayhaps I can help the lass stack the odds in her favor.
A rat scurry among the discarded barrels of grog. This harpsichord is finely crafted, detailed, and lavish. The keys are well worn. Okay, so we could have killed Benwith with this as well. Inspect the instrument. The row of wooden keys links to an exposed set of strings. Tapping the keys triggers a small quill to strum each associated string. That's the difference between a harpsichord and a piano. A harpsichord plucks or strums a string, where a piano has a little hammer that strikes the string instead. The harpsichord emits a sad, twangy sound when you depress one of its keys. I'm not going to leave a bomb just laying around, so let's leave. Seems like a terrible idea. Deadlight Horn. An ivory warhorn used to signal allies of an enemy attack. Crew rosters, wanted posters, and assorted maps clutter this notice board. Then Mirka. Alright, I'm going to call it here. Next episode we will talk to Mirka, explore the command, and then sail back to Nekataka and deal with Seraphin's quest. Though I may clear out the entire southwestern corner of the map, because we're down here, there's not a lot left to map out. And then return to Nekataka. So that's the plan going forward. But for now, thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one.